What's going on? Hello, people. Greetings and salutations. I hope everyone's having themselves a great day. Kubera is back. We had a week off. I need to know if he was alive. I still don't have the answers. Where's my boy? So we'll see what we're cooking up. Um, I actually think I'm gonna get a good opportunity to get a little bit of like general time off in June. I will try my best to read Kubera during that time, but I can't be trusted. I might just go outside because it's summertime. Not yet. I'm in Toronto. It's still fake. It's like fake spring. But yeah, shout out to the Warriors. I believed in y'all. Shout out to Denver. I believed in y'all. That's only two teams. OKC, did their thing. Congratulations to Harry Kane for winning his first trophy. That's all I got. All right, without further ado, let's read someone's universe, man. Like the video, subscribe, hit the bell. Let's hop into this live reaction. So we ended, but King of Snakes is done now. So yes, we're on someone's universe. Rumble. It's rumbling. Hey, look at the best clan already. She knows ball. So show me all the dragons, especially their king. Please stop, father. This is not right. I thought you were going to bring the summoners who were held hostage. Why are you doing this? As long as the summoners don't try anything stupid, he will protect them as he has so far. So there's Taksaka. And I even handed that one you call princess over to you since she's your reason to live. So what's your problem, Kasak? How can you easily move to another? You can easily move to another habitable planet. The idea that we should stop Ananta by destroying the planet before the problem gets worse is quite reasonable. That's just like a crazy thing. A crazy thought process in general. Like, I know within the confines of the Kubera universe is different, but it's like, what if we blew the planet up? And then it's like that's just like it's just a crazy solution. All things considered, that's all. What if we just blew it up? Yeah. Quite reasonable. Even if I'm not particularly close to Aryavata, it is something worth listening to. Don't you also have memories of Mother on this planet, Father? Memories? Memories. If I was obsessed with inanimate objects for such a reason, I would still be carrying your mother's bones around. Not a bar. We don't like that. I'm concerned. Kasak doesn't say anything. I thought you were the same in that regard, weren't you? I guess you can't be the same as me since you've spent most of your life here on this planet. Or looks at the princess. Are you just pretending to stop me for the sake of that princess? Wait, are you just pretending to stop me for the sake of that princess nagging you from the side? Give up, Agwen Rajov. I will spare you for the sake of my son, but I do not have the capacity to spare all the other humans. That is a crazy thing to say to your granddaughter. Wow. Taksaka, you're hurting my feelings. Anakin, you're breaking my heart. You're going on a path that I just can't follow. In other words, Tax Wife's bones are more important than the planet. Great. She's shaking, trembling. Stop. Don't pressure her with your killing intent when she hasn't even fully recovered her eyesight. That's all she amounts to. How weak. Lee's was just fine. Lee's is a combatant. Lee's is different. Agwen's like civilian. He's looking at her, trembling. I implore you to not make such comparisons. There's a hand on her head. She's feeling. I think she's feeling more comfort here as he holds her. Anyways, I will continue to work with Aryavata. Go on and protect your princess on your own. It's the fact that I feel like every time he says it, he's like, your princess, quotate cause All right, I'm cool. I'm good. I'm fine. I'm chill. I'm normal. I'm not crazy. Mother would be devastated if she saw the situation. Woo! Talk to him. That would never happen. Her universe was me and you, just the two of us. Aww. Look at this panel. I gotta get this panel. I want the mother's name drop and everything. One Last God, Kubera, story and art by Kurigam Babo Kim Scans, season 3, episode 369. Nice. Someone's Universe 1. Vitra. Ah! 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 Why did you say that name? Ashura, Ganhavra, Eravata, Taksaka, Vasuki, Sagara. If these Nastikas are here on this planet, then the ones most likely to clash with enough force to cause planetary destruction would be Vasuki and Taksaka. Whoa, just malfunctioned. Those two wouldn't be weakened that much by being in the human realm. Look at them square up, though. Look at the square up. Taksaka got the height, though, and the choker. Oh, they both got chokers on, actually. Interesting. Being in the human realm, since they crossed over wearing Kali's collar. Oh, the collar specifically allows him not to lose a certain level of strength. Okay. Was he wearing it over here? Did I notice this? Was I paying attention? No, because he has a scarf on, so I can't see. So maybe it's like always on or on frequently, but because he has the scarf, I can't see under. I can't see his neck. I can't see that Kali ice, the jewelry. If those two had agreed on a course of action, Willow wouldn't have just been destroyed halfway. Only one of them must have set their mind on destruction. Taksaka Nim didn't seem like the kind of person who will destroy this planet without a second thought. Huh? What happened to Taksaka's image without me knowing? He's the kind of guy who wouldn't give a damn about a planet. That's funny. He was like, huh? Isn't that backwards? Why would he care about a planet? That's funny. And I get why he'd say that. Wouldn't it be more plausible to see Vasuki protecting the planet since he has material to strengthen Anata, confronting Taksaka in the process? But Taksaka Nim wouldn't. And then she stopped. I guess she doesn't really know. No. Maybe he would. Even if he seems kind to me, he may not have any qualms about slaughter. I already know that from interacting with Vitranim. Where is he? Where is he? Do not name drop him and not show me that he's okay. I'm sick and tired of this. You're getting on my damn nerves, Kurigam. Bless this new Nastica and his broken filter. Yeah. He just speaks his mind, and I respect it. That's a nice shot, Caitlin. What the hell? She pulled up from like half. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but that makes sense. She was a little bit surprised by the reaction that he had about when she was using the spear. I remember, so that she's like, maybe Taksaka is similar. The only thing Taksaka cares about is his son. It is entirely possible that he would give up on this planet and take only Mr. Kasak with him. To begin with, Taksaka is a guy who focuses on offense, so he doesn't have the ability to defend the planet against Vasuki. It would make sense if it were the other way around, since Vasuki has quite a few defensive skills. So I think based on his knowledge of how he knows these Nastikas, they should be reversed in their like roles here. But it looks like Vasuki might be the one who wants to. Anyways, we'll see. Cause I don't know. Let him take his nap, Naya. No. I mean, yeah, it's fine. I'm sleepy too. I'll be sleepy. I'm God's sleepiest soldier. Hey, over there, it's Sona. Sona's running berserk. Barundanim, please tell Lise that she has to put my collar on him. Wait, what? Sona's running berserk. The belligerents. Tell Lise that she has to put my collar on him. Okay, so we're going crazy. Thanks. He started out by taking partial Seraform due to the sudden appearance of Tarakas, but a planetary destruction level transcendental was launched. The situation turned for the worse. He took full Seraform to stop it, and in the end, he went berserk. Got it. Now that I think about it, he was someone who grows stronger by absorbing transcendentals. I guess him taking Sura form is what allowed you to hold out until now. Though it would have been a disaster if not for my collar. It's the fact that Kalavinka is still so expressive. Let me move the leads to the side for a second. Even in like with her, like dragon face, like you see the smirk, like she's so expressive. Like I love how vibrant she is. Such a good character, man. Shout out to the Gawudas. Though it would have been a disaster if not for my collar. Yeah, I'm glad you gave Kalavinka. But what's up with Taraka's suddenly appearing? Well, Mom, can't we go out too? No, we don't know all of these surahs, so we have to keep an eye out for now. We don't even know what they're talking about. I'm guessing that's Rana. I can see the blue hair. Yeah. Well, Mom, duh. Ran's kids. What's wrong with me? They were different from usual. They went back and forth between surah form and human form and even talked. It seemed they were trying to entice Sona in particular, telling him to join us. But he didn't give in, and she's still super expressive over there. Rather than him not giving in, it's because he ceases to understand any speech as soon as he surfies. No, he said as soon as you become a full surah, you can't speak, you can't read, you can't listen to language. That's crazy. Uncomfortable, uncomfy. that's a funny panel and cute. I want that panel. I'm gonna use that someday. Good reaction pick. Someone just there sweating. Haha. There are days when going berserk seems like an advantage, huh? So about the Tarakas who appeared, they only consisted of the ones you dealt with and Jarita at the North Pole. Considering how many of the strong have gathered on Willarv, there should be even more. Well, even if more did show up, I guess there's no way for you guys to know. Lee's looking down. Jarita appeared at the Polar Sea, and there's water here too. The center of the abyss is also filled with water. Are the places where the Tarakas appear connected to water? Come to think of it, there is also the Lake of Reflection. Lee's? Jimmy Neutron Brain Blast? What do you figure out over there? She over there using that cerebral horsepower. Taksakas have poured out from there in large numbers before. I'm guessing the water channels, maybe? Is that what it is? Okay, so they're all flying around here. Nice panel. And the god who blocked off the Lake of Reflection after that incident is no longer here, Chandra. Then that will be the first place the Tarakas appear this time, too. The Lake of Reflection. What about the Lake of Reflection and Cali Bloom? They, okay. Shwa! A city located deep inside the continent has shifted all the way here. Since the barrier was weak, many buildings were unable to withstand the earthquakes and collapse. I guess you could count it as fortunate that it wasn't dragged even further. Indra disappeared in the middle of fighting Ram, so he must have used up his summoner's lifespan. Oh! Okay. When I surfaced, no one was around. It seemed Taksaka had chosen to destroy the planet. So if I want to know anything like news about the summoners or about Ran and Kasak, I have to approach the humans and ask. This is way too much to gone hover on my screen. This is way too much. Tell them to stop it. Everyone right now, Clary Nim is the de facto fighter guild president. Clary. Y'all didn't believe. Y'all hated. And now who's the president? Who climbed those ranks? Who made themselves great? Who came from the bottom to the top? Who got it out the mud? Clary! Y'all, they should have never gave me this ammo. Huh? What about Tia? It's unfortunate that Tio Nim isn't here at the moment. Even if she was here, she's a bit untrustworthy these days. Clary getting off-screen respect, Indra getting off-screen dissed. He love to see it. Because of that incident when she rampaged near the barrier stone, it's hard to trust her. Still, she holds some symbolic meaning. Does symbolism feed you? If I was treated like her, I would leave the city too. What? Tia wasn't here? What if monsters emerge from the lake of reflection again? Again? It'll be okay because Agni Nim took care of all of them. Did he though? I heard that Agni Nim disappeared before he could. So Gonharbor here is just collecting information. Yeah, we finished off the remaining monsters ourselves. Well, since this wouldn't be the only place where Tarakas have appeared, since he got rid of almost all of them here, maybe he moved on to some place more urgent? That's actually a very reasonable thought. But this is the only place where Tarakas appeared inside the city. Judging by the earthquakes, there must be issues outside the city too. If he had stayed in the city, the barrier would have been stronger and able to withstand the earthquakes. It is strange indeed that Agni never showed up during all that chaos. Something must have happened to him. Did something happen at the Lake of Reflection? I guess I have no choice but to approach and check. But it would take too much time to find a sponsor and pass through a checkpoint here. It's nonsense to follow these so-called inspection procedures when the planet is about to blow up anyways. He's not going to bother. He's going to certify and just use his powers. Okay, he's not even. Oh, did he hit a barrier? He's trying to break through the barrier. Back during the fragment experiments, Tarakas came out of the lake. In case you forgot, it seems they poured out again off-screen during the previous chapter. Yes, I guess Elise was able to make that connection when she was thinking about. They seem to always come out from the water, and the Chandra being the one who held earlier with the Lake of Reflection. What the heck? What is it this time? I heard when the earthquakes hit, almost all the priest candidates collapsed. Should have left this shitty city a long time ago. Really. I've been feeling uneasy ever since Sierra Nim went missing, and more bad news kept flooding in. So there's Gonharbor. He got in. Okay. Agni, you were the one who fought losing battles against me even when none of the other gods would help the humans, and you will always stay until the very end on the planet as it perished. Sank with the ship. So I know you're not the kind of person to give up on a planet in a situation like this. There must be something going on. This is Detective Gonhavra, private investigator. If there's anything I could do to help, then this time, shwa. This is really getting tricky. It appears Brahma has truly granted you authority, Varuna. Yo! Water! Straight up out the water. Like a baby dolphin. There's no way. That's hype. Okay, so Brahma gave you some authority, Varuna. Because remember when they was talking like, there's no way you're stronger than me. A few statements were said like that. And there's Varuna looking down. Jeez! Water and fire. Well, now we know why. For a second, I thought he was talking to Brahma and facing Brahma himself for a second. But okay, that's hype. That's what's up. It's Varuna season. Water tribe. We splashing. We wet. We moist. Let me stop. Okay, hold on. To be continued. Gonhavra chose a form that hadn't been cited in a city yet for fear anyone recognizing him. Smart. Okay, what do you guys say before I read the blog? Kurigam also made a comment in the blog post last chapter that always seemed to come out of water using Rand's internal monologue as reference. Fair enough. That was a nice setup. Lise cracks the water mystery and then cut to water Nausicaa, then cut to water goddess. Yeah? Best elements. Shot the Swampert. Okay. Kurigam's blog. Season 3, episode 369. Nice. Someone's Universe, numéro 1. Granddaughter caught between two dragons fighting. The chapter started with Lise returning from Helmut and Gonhavra coming out of the ocean, both aware of the current situation on Willarv. Anyway, things will get revealed going forward. There was someone who wrote a super long comment with expectations about Indra's betrothed, but that was stuff that will be a topic in a few weeks, not now. When Thing had said that Indra had disappeared because of the summoner, maybe died, it's not that I didn't like. It's not that I think it's possibly untrue, but I think it has more so to do with the betrothed. What's up? What's up, Bow? What's going on? Oh, that was a nice. I was wondering who summoned Varuna, but Tierra pointed out that the sky looked like the Sura realm and that Agni had vanished while fighting the Taraka, so they might be facing off there. Let me read that one more time. I was wondering who summoned Varuna, but Tierra pointed out that the sky looked like the Sura realm and that Agni vanished while fighting the Taraka, so they might be facing off there. Okay, so we cut to this scene, the sky, okay, endless water, because there's no more endless earth. Okay, I'm seeing it. That makes sense. And then that's interesting. Keep that in mind. There's someone who wrote a comment, super long comment expectation about the Indra's betrayal, but that was stuff that'll be topic in a few weeks, not now. Was easy since they had experience with the collar. You can just think of Sona being uncomfy as a comedic gag scene, but some read this very seriously. It's not like Sona is pretending to sleep while listening to everything. There's a saying that your ears itch when someone talks about you. In that way, Sona is not directly listening to this conversation, but he feels a bit uneasy. And that's it. A light-hearted gag. But now I feel down explaining this kind of thing in such a long-winded way, but I feel bad about erasing what I've already written, so I'll just leave this in. Varuna can put his wings away. He's just wearing them for style, for fashion, Gotta rock the wings for the drip. Man, I'm not mad at it, man. Let the wings come out and just, like the wings add that angelic aesthetic. I get it. I'm not mad at it. Aura Tempest Maruna. He aura farming. Speaking of the sky, we can see the stars above Cali Bloom. Why is the chaos barrier gone? Where is Cass? That's a great question. And Cass is actually a name I haven't thought about in so long. What is going on with Cass? That's a good catch. The Sura realm point is fire. Yeah, I think it's plausible. And because it almost looked to me like when Ganhavra came to the city, he hit the barrier. Like he clashed against it and got in somehow. Am I tripping? When did this happen? Over here. Then like he hit something and maybe dripped and his way in. Dripped his way in. Sounds crazy. All right. Where was I? For fashion, for style, the barrier exists to get broken. The part where the barrier broke is on the middle level of Cali Bloom. So how did Ganhavra, who was on the ground level, get in? Ganhavra's actually inside that water. Okay, fair enough. Water versus fire. In my webtoon, the relationship between water and fire is not one in which one always wins, but rather the one with more firepower wins. If the fire is weak, it is extinguished by water. If the fire is strong, it evaporates the water. If they are equal, water has the advantage, but Varuna and Agni are both gods of the fifth Zen. But since the difference in their firepower is quite large, Agni usually wins, Agni usually wins if the conditions are fair. If the conditions are fair. So whatever Brahma boost that Varuna got might have tipped the scales. We're gonna see. The Indra lover has returned. What's up, Lo? I like the Sura round point. I want to know, did Agni sense it and immediately come here? And what did Brahma do? What did you do, Brahma, you bubble gum blowing bitch? Has truly granted you authority. This is getting tricky. It seems Brahma has truly granted you authority, Varuna. How we feeling? Good chapter. Good bounce back. I still don't know if Vitra's alive. What's going on? Just show me Vitra. Just give me what I want. Let me see. What's really good. But great chapter actually. Strong start to the new arc, someone's universe. We started off with the greatest clan, the Vichu clan. Um, they moshing up the planet. Kasaka's like, nah, don't do it. And then Taksaka actually kind of hurt my feelings, being kind of mean to Agwen and Kasak. And Kasak was like, mother would not approve of this. And he's like, whatever. Yeah. He's like, if I was really obsessed with inanimate objects for such a reason, I would just carry your mother's bones around. But I actually think that'd be weird. I'm working on a Kubera playlist. I'll drop on the Discord when I'm finally done. I got 22 songs so far. My goal is 50. Say less. I really like that first dialogue with Agwan and the dragons. I did too, and I feel bad for her. Can somebody do me a favor though? What happened to her eyes? I'm sorry, I might have just completely forgot that or not registered it. But you said that her eyes hadn't fully recovered. What was going on with Agwan's eyes? I forgot to ask that earlier. Just give me a refresher if it happened and I just don't remember, please. The Dragon Clan dramas is the highlight. It's almost looking that way. Oh, to add a tiny bit to Agni being in the Sura realm, there is no land there, only water. Yeah, that was what I noticed when I went back. I didn't notice the sky. I was like, endless earth became endless water, so that actually makes a lot of sense. I'm with you. We're on the same page. Also, Naya, how you feeling? How do you feel seeing the emotional difference between a half and a Nastica? I mean, it's cool in its own sense, where it's like one of the strongest things that I've always one of the strongest parts of Kubera's characters that I always thought was interesting is the discrepancy of lifespan and race. So obviously there's purebloods, there's corridors, there's halves, Nastikas, Suras, halflings, yada yada yada. And I've always noticed that I find that the people with the longer lifespan who have seen atrocities and planets and things like that blow up over the course of millions of years have less empathy in a general sense. And with Kasak maybe having that human side to him, it's just that he's kind of like what's my boy from Star Trek, the Vulcan, Spock. Like Spock comes from a very cerebral race that only cares about doing what's reasonable, what's logical, but it's the human side of Spock that allows him to understand, process, and emote emotions more so than like a full-blooded Vulcan. And I'm just kind of getting the same vibes here, where and Kasak seems to like genuinely care about Agwen, even though the dragons have like their emotions nerfed with the earring stuff. Like he seems to really care, but it's even to the point where Taksaka kind of called him out and said, "Do you actually care, or are you just doing this to seem like you care in front of your granddaughter?" It's all really dope stuff. Back in Cali Bloom, Kasak and Agwen had a discussion, and Agwen was comparing herself with Leech during it. So Kasak asking Taksaka not to compare them was a callback. That's why she reacted like that. I actually didn't remember that. Thank you for reminding me. When Chandra destroyed the Terra, Agwen was crushed in the attack, and when she was healed, she wasn't able to see well. Okay, thank you. Yeah, her vision was blurry, and she confused Taksaka for Kasak. She was also acting a bit childish, so the head trauma was a strong one. Agwen's face got caved in, and Asfin's healing magic decided that the optimal state was vision so bad she couldn't tell faces apart. Also love seeing my goat survive getting cut in half, unlike a certain somebody. Did your goat really get cut in half, or did he just split himself with lightning and reform? Is my question. I wasn't entirely sure. It looked like a Logia kind of thing. That's some good lemon water. But yeah, man, it's a good chapter, good start. I'm very happy with it. I think we're in for a good ride. I do believe this is going to be the final. I could be wrong, but something tells me this is the last arc of the season for some reason. The pre-wait of time chapters desperately need a reread. I need to reread the entire series desperately. It's just a matter of time. Like what I was trying to get across that one day is like, most people like, yeah, they have a job, they come home, they have time. Try having three of those things, and being somebody who wants to work out 5 times a week. Also, building a relationship with somebody, trying to build a life with them. Like I'm taking IRL, real life, like effing steps. So it's just like as much as I want to read Kubera, I can't prioritize it over my life right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's just I just don't have time to read it. And honestly, anytime I do have a second or a breather to myself, I don't feel like necessarily doing this. I might want to press buttons, sleep, lie down, or just throw on the TV. Either way, Gojo could never. Readers of the finite novel also point out that Taksaka and Ian's relationship wasn't completely healthy with that last comment about her universe. Yeah, because she only cared about those two and nobody else at all in any capacity. I forgot I got the name of the novel. I should remember that. I read it a long time ago. I did kind of speed read it though, because I was on a time constraint. And then people were telling me it might not be canon anymore. So like I read it to read it, but I didn't like. I gotta find it again. I had the bookmark before. But anyways, I do want to know where Kaz is too. I'm with you. Where's Kaz? Life comes first. Whereabouts is really a question today. Where's Kaz? Kaz is an interesting character. I don't know what to do with him yet. I don't know how to feel about him. I don't know what role he's gonna play. But when he had the Eye of Perishment and he did the thingamajig, that was tough. It was tough. Sorry, I blow my nose. It was actually super duper tough. Sorry. Okay, that should be better. What was I on? All right. What do you guys think about Kaz though? What do you think he's at? It's interesting seeing the ancient humans play a part in the current events through Ran. I like it. I like it. I'm guessing you haven't been here for a while, so you weren't here when we read the last two chapters or few chapters, I think, of King of Snakes. But yeah, it is. And he gave him he gave over their body to them in order to complete a goal, and then they said, all right, I want to body Kanaravata, and then she used her transcendental to make him fight Indra. I was thinking that Gan Havra might meet Clofy and Elwyn in Cali Bloom, and Clofy's identity might be exposed to her. I'm being gradually persuaded that Kaz needs to get yeeted into the past so he can know the future, and his creepy child act has been a weird adult in a kid's body. Been going through some things. I hope that they improve, and being here a little bit can pick you up. But I understand that sometimes you gotta take a step back, do your thing. Life comes first. I understand it. But think. Pray to Indra. Indra got your back. Indra has your back, man. He got your back. Uh, but yeah, I'm gonna give this one an 8 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10. Probably the highest I'd go. I wouldn't go lower than an 8 though. I liked it. I don't know what you guys would rank it out of 10 this week. It was really good. By the way, I did not forget. Now that we have started someone's universe, me, Glam, and Bao, I'll get whoever else I can get. KG, if you're around, you could slide too. We're gonna do the discussion for King of Snakes, so just stay tuned for that. It might be a next week thing. Try to do it on Tuesday or Wednesday. If I can get it done this week, I'll let you guys know. It'll be live. We'll do it on Twitch, and I'll put it up immediately on YouTube the same day. But we're gonna have the discussion soon. I didn't forget. Don't worry. Yeah. What was your favorite panel this week? And favorite piece of dialogue? As far as dialogue goes, I have to go with the back and forth with Kasaka and Taksaka. That moved me. I really liked it. Especially talking about their family, the lineage. It was crazy that he said that. Listen, I'll spare you because of my son, but I can't spare the other humans on this planet. That was kind of crazy. But I also thought Varuna being like, when Lee's was like, Taksaka and him wouldn't blow up the planet. He'd protect it, and he's like, don't you have that backwards? Isn't he the type to destroy a planet and not defend it? That was funny. So those two are probably my favorite pieces of dialogue this week. When the time travel of Varuna ended, we got a teaser with Kaz in the present, yet we have still not seen him since then. I think he has a very important role to play in, and he's going to have a major impact on some future event. I just don't know what. He's been one of the characters that's not only hard for me to read and discern what he's going to do and what he can do, he's just not there enough either. So I have very little of him. But he's done a lot of cool things, all things considered. So it's one of those ones where like I'm gonna just wait and see how it plays out, By the way, when I saw that thing with the water and Tarakas, I wondered if it had something to do with Varuna offering to power Kelly's device and concentrate to kill Ganhavara. I thought it had to do with like I guess they were going through the water channels to travel across all the various planets and whatnot. Like that was where my mind went, but that makes more sense. Or maybe we're both right. Maybe could do two things could be true. I'm not sure. Agreed on the Taksaka Kasak dialogue. Yeah, that was great. Gwen just being there like I'm blind, Ray Charles, I can't see. Or you look like different people to me. That theory sounds hella plausible with how Callie loves collecting things from other people. Ow. Why did I hurt my chest like that? Hello? And merging them together into the Taraka clan. Also, Rex Special got me coming back to TOG. I'll never forgive that book nonsense though. um, it's been good, man, because I've been able to finally hit that 6K mark. Thank you guys for 6K, by the way. I finally hit 6K. We're getting closer to 10K. 10K has been my goal for the last like 2 years, I would say. If I can at least get to 9K by the end of the year, I'll be very happy. But yeah, the Mizuno stuff is bringing a lot of fans back to the channel and new fans to the channel, so that's been really good. I was hoping the chapter would be out today so I can live react to it, but it looks like it's gonna be a tomorrow thing. But yeah, good stuff. What's my favorite panel this week? You guys have a favorite? I lied. I know the favorite panel. It's Varuna and Agony at the end. That was tough. Yeah, this one's tough. Even Varuna's looking down, like Varuna just has like the eyes of somebody who's about to be a maniac. Like I'm about to snap. I'm about to go off. I'm about to drown everybody. Yeah, this panel is too clean, bro. It's kind of sexy. Yeah, it's easily this one for me. He really absorbed ink off the sheets of paper. There's a lot of good panels, but I'm gonna go with this one. This one moved me the most. I like how like okay, so like here you see Agony, right? He's got wings of fire that also coat his hands a little bit, right? Like he's like a fiery arm and the wings, and it's like obviously his hair a little bit too. And like looking a bit at Varuna, the way that they're in the water, it looks like they have some like watery wing behind them. I can't see the arm fully, so I don't know if there's water surrounded it the way that Agni's hands are, but it looks like they're both in like a water and fire form kind of thing, like or ready for combat. So I like that. It looks cool, and then the tidal wave behind them too. And yeah, with this panel specifically, with the little pieces of earth that used to be the endless earth, now the sky being red and the water being like that, I agree. This is probably the Sura. Yeah. Yeah. Praise water, mommy. I'm here for it. I like the planet cracking at the start. Sona Sura form. Kala flying through the debris and the Agni versus Varuna. Yeah, it's not a great one this week. I'm not mad at that. Sona has a really cool Sura form, by the way. I've always really liked it. Also, credit to Lise for coming to the conclusion on her own that Taksaka might be just as capable of destroying the planet as saving it, based on what happened with Vitra. Is Vitra alive? Will I ever find out? Stay tuned for the next episode of Kubera Ball Z, man. Kubera Ball Z. I also still like that even with her dragon face. I mentioned this before. Kalavinka is still extremely expressive, super dope. And then also this yeah, right here, like the smile here, then a smile here again, and then thing being uncomfortable was kind of funny. So yeah, Lise is smart, man. She's come such a long way. It's like there's so many things that Lise has done from the first to present time that I'm super proud of from a growth standpoint. But it's her general mental faculties, mental resiliency, and just thinking through things more and learning the game within the game as time went on. That's impressed me the most with her. I know she's gotten stronger and more mature and more beautiful and things like that, but it's really the cerebral stuff for me. So her just being like, water, lake of reflection. I'm like, look at you. Look how far you've come. We're so proud. I promise Vitra is fine. I feel you, but let me see it. Let me get that confirmation. Let me just look at him taking a nap, and I'll be like, I'm good. I see the greatness. He's right there. Say no more. I'm chilling. So yeah. Taksaka need to chill out though, man. This destruction gimmick not it. Listen to your son, and be nice to your granddaughter. Princess, always in the little quotations. That's so crazy, bro. That's crazy. But again, I do like that she's always shown the differences with how these different races and people look at stuff. And again, I attribute that stuff to lifespan. Our lives are so finite that we have to value life, or most of us value life because it's so fleeting and short. But imagine if human beings, we all lived for like at minimum 3 billion years. We probably wouldn't look at life the exact same. We just have a different outlook on it. I love that Sona is first represented as a crash out demon, to him looking like a shy little kid whenever he causes trouble. Also, a funny thing that was said from a dialogue standpoint was that he can't even understand Sura's speech half the time in his full Sura form. If Vitra was fine, this planet might have been gone already. What if Vitra opposed and said, what if Vitra said, this planet has my favorite nap spot right over there in that corner? It's gotta stay. Honestly, no one came. He just break that part of the planet off and like bring it somewhere else and sleep there. No one came. I don't know. So yeah, but you guys have any final comments, questions, and or concerns? And if you guys haven't, I'm gonna try to do it for next Wednesday. I think next Wednesday would work perfectly for the King of Snakes general discussion. Claude's house, best nap spot. You got beef jerky and a good bed to sleep in. Shout out to Claude, man. Claude is so fun. Can I ask you guys a question? Let me know what you guys think about this. This is just something that just came to my mind now. I was wondering. With all the characters in Kubera, with how expertly written they are, no matter how important they are to the overall narrative, like even like someone like Clary, you may not like her, but you like understand thematically why she's there, racist, yada yada, hating on leads, blah blah blah, whoop de whoop, right? Rish, Roosh, Heidi, Teo, everyone, right? And because we have to switch perspectives so many times, and we technically have like 10 main characters, so to speak, do you guys think that Kurigam does a good job balancing the screen time and the importance or the efficiency of screen time for the characters? Or do you think that there's some characters we just do not see enough or get too much screen time, vice versa? Or even if they don't show up a lot, when they show up, it's important. I'll give you an example. I don't think we've seen Kaz enough, in my opinion, and I think it's because she's hiding something. It's not a criticism, by the way. But when Kaz shows up, it's important. So I would say that she uses the very little screen time with Kaz efficiently. I'm just wondering if you guys think she's got... You know how I kind of argue Oda and SIU have lost their ability to kind of rein in their ever-expanding cast? I'm asking if we think Kurigam does a good job with the amount of characters that she has. Like giving them all the proper respect, shine, and time. And if not time, at least when the moment comes, it's important. Usually, yeah, Curry's great at screen time in that characters get shelved. When characters get shelved, they build interest. And then like they come back and do something and you're like, oh, that's why we hadn't been seeing you for a while. Does anyone else have an answer? I was genuinely clear. I see 13 people in here and one person answered. Maybe I'll ask it in a short and see if I get some replies on the two of you. By the way, go watch the video on YouTube and drop a like, please. Get those views up. Last time I checked this out, I saw 33. I think she does a good enough job at balancing it that when a character I think is important doesn't show up for long, she's omitting them for a reason, and that's often the case. Okay, we're lock and step then. I just wanted to see if anyone else thought the same. That's why I use Kaz as an example. I'm like, Kaz may not appear a lot, but when he does, you're like, okay. I think every character appears when they'll actually have a role to play. They don't appear just to clutter the screen, and every time characters appear, they impress me. Like Roosh in the possibility timeline. So you're saying she doesn't waste any time by just having them cluttered there doing a bunch of nonsense. It's like, The reason I'm showing you Teo right now is because of this thing with Ganhavra connects to her. Because we have resolved this thing, Teo's to the side. Oh, Teo's back now. Why? Because the original soul's back in the original body. I got you. I think she's been juggling them perfectly pre-weight of time, but since we got back to the main timeline, there are some instances where I wish certain characters were in the light longer. Okay. That's fair, I guess. Just wondering where everyone kind of stood there. Just something that I was thinking about because I honestly think that's one of the hardest things to do in a like weekly long running series where your cast expands. Like think about like Varuna, not that we hadn't maybe not heard the name, but finally seeing them, Muragon getting that name drop with the 3-step stuff, 3-step rule. I'm forgetting one more recently that I just had in my head and I just forgot. On Aisholi, what's his name? Why do I keep with the weird last name? Gresh, Grealish. What's what's his name again? The why you wanted to Aisholi to get him and he was like and he got like, Grell, yes, Grell. I said Grealish. Shout to Jack Grealish though. But this is also my first time reading week to week, so that might be warping my opinion. Oh, okay. Thank you though. We have been rushing from one plot to the next since though. You just know that when Brilith will finally appear, it's gonna be impactful. The second goal, my second goal. She got no more the second spot or third spot, but yeah, I miss Brilith. Like I generally am like, yo, what is my queen even doing? But yeah. Curry has been teasing me with this Irie and Teo dynamic. I need dialogue to be spoken and emotions to be felt. I feel it. I'm not mad at it. Grillish is probably a symptom of Brilith deficiency. I just miss my girl, man. I'm about to make a video hyping her up for no reason just because I miss her. I felt kind of lost when we got to the Kubera and Kubera arc. That felt like the first time that Kurigam didn't recontextualize the characters into the present in a way that I could instantly recognize them. That's interesting because I don't know that I've had that thought process in general, but I know I really like Kubera and Kubera for many reasons. Me and Galan had been really, really hyped with that arc because of some things that were happening with the God of Earth, and me and him wanting him and Lee's to kind of talk about certain things. So, you know what? I'll screenshot this, put it on my desktop, and then when I read it again, I'm gonna pay attention to that. I had no idea who Lorraine was. That's crazy. But Lorraine sucks, so that's fine. Don't worry about it. You ain't gotta worry about Lorraine. So yeah. Yeah. Anyways, any final comments, questions, and concerns, and then I'm gonna just wrap up by saying a few things. I do want to stream more. I haven't been streaming as much. I apologize for that. I've just been really busy. My girl is actually going to Portugal for a while, so we've just been like going around getting supplies and everything. A couple of birthdays. Her niece's birthday was recent, so I had to help like set up and stuff like that and swim with the kids because I could swim. I'm like the only swimmer, so just I'm trying to get back. I want to stream every day this week if I can, especially when I'm on vacation. But yeah, just been really busy. This life is just lifing, guys. That's all it is. Like, you know me. When it comes to the uploading and putting out videos, I always got you. But the streaming, it's harder sometimes. Post time skip was kind of rough if you caught up before it, cause that was a long IRL time too. Post time travel. I mean, I got you saying. All right. That being said, you guys, thank you for coming. Yeah, tomorrow's stream is actually gonna be about One Piece. I gotta catch up to One Piece, and we'll talk about that. If actually I'm lying, probably Wednesday because of Kubera. I mean Tower of Gods. I lied. So One Piece I might push to Wednesday. If the Urek Mazino chapter drops like later tonight, tomorrow, we'll do that tomorrow. Well, all right. You guys be safe. Thank you guys for coming again. I really appreciate y'all. Go to YouTube and watch the latest thing that I posted for Kubera. Drop a like and a little comment for me. I've been bleeding numbers and pledgers over the last few months. I really need your guys' help and support on the Patreon. But for everyone who's here, I greatly appreciate it. Shout out to the CBLs. That's the Certified BAM Lovers. Also a huge shout out to the Priests of Fire, second tier. Best Brilith Gang. Could be the real CBLs. And a huge shout out to Tier 3, the 5th Zen Gods. Shout out to Big Chief, Gray, Johnny Rogers, Ketan, Lucky Roo, Muzaka, Scobe, Simi, Zyler Scotty, Big Abdel, Agrona Vitera. Your support is greatly appreciated. The other day, I was able to eat some sugared grass that was frozen like popsicles. We moving on up, people. We eating good now.